They ended up with neither, and then, unfortunately, we don't take advantage. We fumble.
Yeah, we fumbled the ball to them, so it made it look like a good choice on their part.
Terrence Parham was blocked basically by his own guy, Eric Musi. You'll see it here from the ground level, caused the fumble, and then Colgate gets it at their own 29, but your defense is up to the task again.
Well, in order to have a successful season, you have to play well after turnovers. The kids have to have a mindset to be able to do that, and we're doing that fairly well now.
Bucknell gets the ball on their first possession, and Rich Lemon, who would rush for over 200 yards for the second time in his career, had a big day.
Rich has, really come on, and a lot of it is Jeremy Myers at fullback has really helped. Our offensive line's matured a little bit and learned, and so we're just sort of hitting a little bit more on all cylinders now.
Tough break there, the second turnover, and about 5 minutes into the game, Colgate gets another turnover, but Brandon Little would come up. You watch him, number 9 on the screen, come up with an interception.
Well, big plays, and get the field position back. We sort of wasted the first quarter. We had the wind at our back, and we just didn't take advantage of it.
Nice job here on the draw, stopping Colgate short of the first down. The Red Raiders has 2 out of 14 on third down conversions all day, and this is a big break that basically acts as a turnover.
Yeah, it's hard to say whether this is going to be a fake punt on their part or not. The personal protector puts his hand up like he's expecting to get the ball there.
Then Jim Fox to Ted Stover, the tight end, gets you close, and Rich Lemon with a couple of runs is going to put you on top 7-0.
Well, at this point in time, we thought that maybe we could score again before the first quarter was over and get a two-score lead, and we just didn't get it done.
See Lemon fighting for the goal line at 7-0 late in quarter number 1. While you're not playing that well, you've got the lead and have to be feeling pretty good at least about that.
Well, you always want to have the lead as opposed to being behind, but I wasn't feeling very good because Colgate had been a team that was having some problems, and teams had scored a lot on them in the first quarter, and we didn't do that.
Let's take a look now as we move a little bit later in the first quarter to action with Bucknell on defense, and the Double Bs, Bird and Berman, make the stop on the run. Those guys have had great senior seasons.
I can't say enough about our defense. I think that, every kid that's played for us has done a great job. They've really bought into what we're trying to do, and they're now having a lot of fun doing it.
At 6'5", Hunter Adams makes a very big target for a quarterback to have to throw over.
Yeah, Hunter's really come on. Our front three, Feely, Berman, and Hunter, really played well for us, and they have to if you're going to be good on defense.
And this will be a 1-yard punt, kind of off the side of the foot of Joe Osecki, and Bucknell is in good field position, but unfortunately, Bison aren't going to get any points out of this.
Yeah, we tried the toss-back pass here, and their corner falls off of Sikowski, who's running a crossing route, and falls right back into our route.
And it's intended for Mike Phillips, just a little bit out of reach, and Bucknell would have to punt. After 7 straight punts, Colgate will punt again, and this time you're going to tackle them in the backfield, but they do get a pass off, and not good enough for a first down, so you've got a shot here towards the end of the half.
Yeah, here again we have great field position. We need to pound this ball in and get a two-score lead, and we don't do it.
Joe Costana with a sack for Colgate, and here you're going to get a pass to O.J. Perkins just barely short of the first down marker, and have a chance here as the half is winding down to put some points on the board.
That's probably as well a thrown pass as we had all day into the wind.
And on a 4th down pass, it is knocked down, so Colgate gets it back, and then another turnover is going to give you one last chance before the half on kind of a razzle-dazzle play.
Yeah, we get the ball, and we only have like 5 seconds left, and so we throw the old hook and ladder, and they defended it pretty well. It really didn't have much of a chance.
Remember, the Dolphins scored against the Chargers in that great playoff game in the early 80s, and here Sikowski catches the ball, and then it's Rich Lemon, the trailer, and who knows, if the lateral may have been a little bit lower, he might have had a chance.
Well, both their defensive backs are in pretty good position there, so I don't think he'd have made it.
Do you guys practice that in practice, or is that kind of just draw up in the sand and say, let's go?
No, we'd practice that a few times. There's some other plays we've practiced, and, you get an opportunity to use them, or you feel like the time's right, and so we thought we'd pull that one out right there. Coach Maroff was called out, and it was a good call. It just, we didn't have enough time to really get it done.
What did you say to the team at the half? I know you're obviously disappointed it wasn't more than 7-0.
I was real disappointed because I thought we were stopping ourselves. We fumbled twice in the first quarter. We had 2 or 3 passes dropped that stopped drives. I didn't really feel like they had stopped us. We'd stopped ourselves, and we needed to get back. Penalties stopped us a couple times. We just needed to get back and get into a mental mindset of playing well.
This summer, I received a letter from a former NFL football player asking to get started in broadcasting. John McHenry gives you a better idea of who Brian Baldinger is.
This year, when listening to the Bison Sports Network on the radio, you may have noticed that Bob Behler is joined by a new color man, Brian Baldinger.
Hello again, everybody. Bob Behler along with Brian Baldinger.
A former NFL player for the Cowboys, Colts, and Eagles, Brian is now playing on the field of broadcasting.
It's media-friendly, and went to a broadcasting school 2 years ago with 10 other active football players, Irving Fryer and Mike Golick and some guys, and Craig James sponsored a school down in Dallas. And it was a school that really worked on fundamentals, really honed a lot of skills and developed skills. And it was at that point where I decided that this is what I wanted to do during the transition from football to the afterlife.
Brian not only does commentary for Bucknell, but he also hosts a Monday night pregame show.
Mondays I have my own television show. It's a talk show called Monday Night Live. It preempts Monday Night Football. And basically we have an Eagles guest on every week. My partner is Tony Bruno from ESPN Radio. And it's a live talk show. It's a well-produced show. It's filmed in Philadelphia, live, 8 o'clock every Monday night. And we've had a nice array of guests so far. Freddie Barnett has come on, and you know, a bunch of starters.
Reviewing tapes, Brian enables himself to prepare for upcoming Bucknell opponents.
Actually, sometime Friday, what I'll do is I'll speak all the necessary information or things I may say into a tape recorder. And I'll take that tape and I'll play that tape on my drive here or to whatever school I'm going to. In addition, I'll take the tapes of last week's games and I'll listen to those on the way up here. So last week's action's fresh in my mind, Bucknell personnel is fresh in my mind, and my own performance is fresh.
During the postgame show, Brian questions players about the game.
Jason, in the second quarter, you had a really good mix of the run and the pass, and almost everything that you did was very effective. You're very proficient offensively. Is there anything that you did specifically in that second quarter that really got that sync and that rhythm into the offense?
I've really been able to develop that skill here by trial and error, and I'm getting better at it. I don't really come in with a game plan of what I'm going to ask because I'm not really sure what players are going to be available. So really, I have to be very spontaneous. I have to think off the top of my head, and I kind of like that to have to practice with. I want the game to be heard by the people and the important things about the game. I don't want them to think all they did was listen to Brian Balding or Bob Behler today. They heard a football game, and if I can enhance them listening to it on the radio by just being colorful, by being descriptive in describing the action that actually occurred or who was responsible for making plays, that's what I want to bring to the people.
For the Bucknell football program, this is John McHenry.
Thanks, John. It's been a lot of fun working this year with Brian Baldinger, former NFL player, 12-year vet, and a guy I think you wouldn't mind having out on the field at his size out there.
He looks the part of a football player. What we're going to do is we're going to bring him back and use him as the model for all the offensive linemen we recruit.
6'6", about what, 285 pounds, probably?
Yeah, if they can't fit into his shadow, then we don't want them.
Again, we want to thank Brian for being with us all season long on the Bucknell Football Radio broadcast. Right now, we'll pause for this timeout. We'll be back to take a look at second half highlights after this.
Finally, a food carrier designed to carry food. New Pyrex Portables. Thermal packs keep food hot or cold for hours. Pyrex Portables, the way to go.
This is Pat Barber with the wrap-up of the week in Bucknell athletics. The Bucknell women's volleyball team put the wraps on its best season in school history. The Bison hosted the Patriot League Championship over the weekend and beat Lafayette before falling in the title match to Colgate to close the season at 26-7. Melissa Wharton had 17 kills, and Katie Steele had 14 kills and 10 digs for the Bison against Colgate. Both players earned first-team All-Patriot recognition, while Susie Tightsworth was a second-team selection. Opowski garnered Coach of the Year honors. The men's basketball team opened the exhibition portion of its schedule with a victory over Slovakia. Brian Anderson scored a game-high 21 points. Kevin Wank added 19, and Keelan Golden posted a double-double. Ethan Buckley had a pair of individual first-place finishes to help the BU men's swimming team to an exciting 119-118 win at Drexel Saturday. And in cross-country, Bucknell participated in the IC4A and ECAC championships. Dave Granger and Julie Schweitzer were the top finishers for BU. That's your Bison Weekend Review.
Finally, a food carrier designed to carry food. New Pyrex Portables. Thermal packs keep food cold or hot for hours. Pyrex Portables, the way to go.
Florida Bucknellians are invited to enjoy a lavish and bountiful brunch, a gastronomic extravaganza at the Venice Yacht Club on November the 26th, $17 a person. There'll be a dinner at the Sheraton Oaks Hotel with special guest speaker Dean Richard Chapman for the Bucknell Club of Detroit on the 30th. Also on the 30th, the Bucknell Club of New York City will be hosting its holiday reunion party and inviting all Northern Jersey, Fairfield, Monmouth, and Ocean County Bucknellians to attend with them. On December the 3rd, the Bucknell Club of Princeton will go to the off-Broadway production of She Loves Me in Hopewell, New Jersey. That's $15 a person. On the 6th of December, the Bucknell Club of Boston will have its annual holiday party. That'll be at Commonwealth Avenue at the College Club. The Bucknell Club of Philadelphia on December 7th will sponsor a happy hour at the Valley Forge Brewing Company in Wayne. And finally, on December 8th, the Bucknell Club of Hartford will have its holiday cocktail party as well. Welcome back to Bucknell Football 95. Bob Behler along with Tom Gadd, the head coach. Tom, as we look at the second half, you're ahead 7-0. Colgate would have the win in the third quarter, and that looked like it benefited them quite a bit.
Well, they got a little rhythm going. They came out in the one drive and threw the ball early, got the chains moving, sort of pumped them up a little bit, and then they really got on a roll. It took us a little bit to get them stopped.
This is a team that just had no luck all season long. They hadn't won a game, just maybe playing better, but not always getting the results?
Well, I think that, like I said before, I think that all the teams are fairly close in personnel. I don't think there's a great disparity between the top and the bottom. And I think it comes down to early in the season, you win some close ones or you lose some close ones, and when you lose them, you start to get in the mindset that we're not going to win. And for a team like Colgate that hasn't won, what you don't want to do is leave them in the game in the third quarter, and that's where we are. We're in the game at 7-0, and they feel like they now have a chance to win, so we sort of breathed some life into them.
So roll the videotape. Bucknell would not move the ball in their first possession. Colgate would take over, and this would really be their only long, sustained drive of the game.
Well, they did a nice job here, and again, they have the wind at their back, and they're able to throw the ball a little bit. The running back there, Smith's really a fine football player, number 44, and they just did a nice job. This is really a good call here, the backside screen to O'Flynn, and he's one of the top tight ends in the conference.
And then, of course, they've got two good running backs. Smith, who carries the ball here, runs at both the tail and the fullback. And then the next couple carries, we're going to see Jamal Patterson. As far as a stable of running backs, maybe one of the better teams in the league.
Yeah, both those players are both sophomores, and they got them back for 2 more years, and they got a chance to be an improved team next year.
They do anything different on their blocking schemes in that drive?
No, I don't think so. I think that they just came out, did a nicer, a little better job with it.
Willie Hill comes up with the blocking of the extra point, so Bucknell would remain in front. Bison would make sure Mark Miller does a nice job of getting it out of the end zone to make sure Colgate can't fall on it for a 2-point conversion. So Bucknell still leads by 1, and here's another great run by Rich Lemon, again over the 200-yard mark on the day.
Yeah, Richie really responded in this game, as he has all season, played real well. This is a drive we really needed to respond to here. We needed to score right here, and we didn't do it. Have to punt against the wind, and Richie Miller did a great job punting against the wind. But again, they've got the ball back again, and we didn't score.
And this is going to be a tough break. It's going to put Colgate in front. They're going to recover a fumble inside the 25-yard line on an errant pitch, and you're going to find yourself behind.
Yeah, again, they do a nice job. They get the ball. They've got the momentum now, and they punch it in.
So now they're up 5, 12-7 with that score. They go for 2, and you could say that the bouncing ball benefited them on this play.
Sometimes things happen in the game when you have to sort of feel like maybe it's not ordained for you to win. And when that happened right there, and we had 4 kids around it, and they catch it and go up 14-7, I started to wonder a little bit if that hadn't already been predetermined.
You still feel, though, that you were in good shape with the wind in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, I thought when we had the wind at our back that we'd have a chance to score, that we could, punch it in.
Well, let's take a look at fourth quarter action now. Bucknell is down by a touchdown, trying to make their comeback here, and big 3rd and 3 play here to Steve Noteboom, going almost for a touchdown.
It's great block by Sikowski coming back to peel a couple guys off it, and Steve gets caught right there at the 1-yard line. He took a little flack on the bus home about being caught, but we punch it in, and now we kick the extra point and tie it up, because knowing that we were going to have the tiebreaker, there's no use going for 2 right there.
And with a little over 8 minutes to go, plenty of time for really both teams to get into the action of scoring. The game is tied at 4, and here's a great play by Brandon Little on the tight end to stop him from getting a first down.
This is really a big play, and everybody, talks about Brandon's 2 interceptions in this game, but that play right there was very big.
And a 4th and 4, they go for it, and Patterson is stopped by your stout run defense.
Yeah, we get a lot of kids around the football right there. Now we get the offense, the ball back with the wind at the back, and we still had plenty of time.
Minute and a half to go, and here's where you have a good chance to win it in regulation.
Well, we had punted with about 2 minutes to go, knowing they had the wind in their face, and that we thought we could get it back in good field position. And now we do. They throw the interception to us.
Michael Haggerty comes up with it here, 3rd and 12. He moved the sticks. Great catch by Sikowski.
Yeah, he and Noteboom both made some big plays here down the stretch.
Good ball fake by Jim Fox. Ted Stover will catch it inside the 5, get bumped out at the 1. And here you're going to unfortunately lose yardage, and it's going to force you to go for a last-second field goal.
Yeah, they did a nice job. They changed their defense and brought Sofrin from the backside, and he was able to catch Rich.
And then a kind of a bobbled snap, or a snap that dribbled back, kind of adjusted the timing for you guys, and you're going to have to go to overtime.
Well, same problem we've had all year, the inconsistency in our field goal extra point team, and that was at point-blank range. And we get a nice snap and put the ball down, kick it, we go home. Instead, we get it blocked, and now we're in up to our necks and going to have to play the overtime.
Let's roll the overtime highlights. Both teams will get the ball at the 25-yard line. Colgate won the toss. They elected to go second, which means you guys go on offense first.
Well, if we'd have won the toss, we were going to go on offense first. I think at this point in time, with the win at your back, you got a chance to get ahead and put the pressure on them. I thought we were the better football team at this point in time, and I would have chosen to take the ball if we'd have had that choice.
John Sikowski almost getting in here down to the foot line, and Lemon is going to go up and over for his third touchdown of the game. He'd be the Patriot League's Offensive Player of the Week. Brandon Little will be the Patriot League's Defensive Player of the Week. You're up 6. The extra point crucial, because if you miss the extra point, then they could beat you with a touchdown and a kick.
Yeah, you know, and this is the same range that the field goal was in, and we kicked all 3 extra points and just didn't get the field goal done.
Great call here for Colgate on their first play.
Yeah, this was really a good call, and it's a great play by Parham to keep the ball inside him and give Burt a chance to come back and make this tackle.
And here's going to be the first look at the interception by Brandon Little to seal the game, ending Colgate's drive. Brandon takes it away there, and here it is from the up look, and Bucknell is going to be a winner.
Well, he did a nice job of staying home on the backside, and big play. Great relief to really be able to get on the bus and drive back to Lewisburg and not have to drive back with a loss.
5 wins in a row, you go out to 7-3. Do you think it was possible at the beginning of the season to have this kind of record?
Yeah, I thought we would have a chance. I knew that when we looked at the record at the start that Army and Penn were teams that people probably felt that we couldn't beat or weren't going to beat. And then I also knew that there were a couple teams they thought would be tough games. We knew Lafayette would be good and Lehigh generally is good. But I thought our talent was up to the level of everybody else we were going to play against.
Bucknell finishes the regular season in the Patriot League 4-1, and if Lafayette can defeat Lehigh on Saturday in Bethlehem, it'll be a 3-way tie between Bucknell, Lafayette, and Lehigh. We'll be back to talk with our special player guests. After this, you're watching Bucknell Football 95.
Finally, a food carrier designed to carry food. New Pyrex portables. Thermal packs keep food hot or cold for hours. Pyrex portables, the way to go.
Since 1846, scholars have come together at Bucknell to ask questions and explore answers. Inspired by the fresh spirit of the newest students and the seasoned wisdom of the faculty, this meeting of minds fosters achievement. Bucknell professors enjoy national reputation, and Bucknell students are known for their intelligence. Their lively exchanges extend from classrooms and seminars to informal meetings in faculty offices and the campus snack bar. Bucknell is a comfortable place for the tradition of the classics and the demands of today's society. The arts, humanities, and sciences thrive alongside professional programs in engineering, education, management, and music. The environment for this growing diversity and the ongoing meeting of minds is a very beautiful campus in central Pennsylvania. Bucknell's stately buildings and beautiful trees and gardens provide an ideal collegiate setting. Bucknell, with 3,300 undergraduates and over 260 faculty members who sustain the spirit that is this university and who carry it with them throughout their lives.
Finally, a food carrier designed to carry food. New Pyrex portables. Thermal packs keep food cold or hot for hours. Pyrex portables, the way to go.
Our guests this week are both from the Pittsburgh area, senior wide receiver Mike Phillips and junior linebacker Brandon Little. And Mike, we'll start the questioning with you. An outstanding run for this team down to the wire, winning 5 games in a row, 1 game left against Army. What does it mean as a senior to go out with such a great season?
Oh, it means everything in the world. We've had past couple years been pretty tough. We came in, we had coaching change last year, and when we had a meeting to select the coaches, all the players got their input in it, and the players wanted Coach Gadd and his crew, so that made everything just, the ball kept rolling and rolling. I missed spring. When I came back, I talked to my friends on the team. They were all excited, kind of excited for the season. So when I got back here and went through camp, we just had a different feeling during camp. We knew that something changed. So.
What's the biggest difference? I mean, there were a lot of close games last year, but it always seemed like we came out on the short end. This year, it seems like it's just the opposite, that there's an attitude about trying to pull these games out.
Yeah, it seems kind of odd, but how we started off against Penn, though, it seemed like the old Bucknell jinx was back, losing at the last second. But after that, we just had, like the Cornell game really shows what happened. They're going down to the wire, and they fumble, and we got a victory there. So I think I don't think last year we quit during games at all. Just this year, it seems like we more have a chance. We know we're going to win the game instead of like thinking maybe we can win this one. The team knows we're going to win.
Well, Brandon, speaking of winning the game, you played a large part in Saturday's game with a couple of interceptions. Talk about the last play that we just saw that sealed it in overtime. Why were you in the right spot to come up with the interception?
Well, I was supposed to be pressuring the quarterback on that play, and I was reading some sort of a screen, so I kind of just dropped back and added myself into the coverage a little bit, and he ended up underthrowing the receiver, and I was able to make the play.
This whole game plan for the Bucknell defense has been the idea of moving smaller people closer to the line to get a speed advantage. You were a safety last year. You're playing outside linebacker this year. How's that adjustment gone for you?
Well, I think the adjustment's gone well because I feel that my best asset is the speed, and I feel that the best asset for the whole team is